James Wan's back doing a horror movie? Is this real? What is going on, guys? My name is Trevor. Welcome back to my channel. The master of horror, James Wan, is back with a brand new movie, Malignant. Join me down below in the comment section. Have you guys seen this movie? If you haven't, you are definitely missing out. Got a lot to talk about it. If this is your first video here, make sure to hit the big thumbs up button and red subscribe button down below. Subscribe to the channel. Right now, we're talking Malignant. Let's do it. Madison is paralyzed by shocking visions of grisly murders, and her torment worsens as she discovers that these waking dreams are, in fact, terrifying reality. So it's been a fantastic year for horror. This was one of my most anticipated movies for the rest of the year. James Wan is one of my favorite working directors today. So going into this, I was pretty dang excited. I've heard lots of great things. I have lots of friends reaching out to me saying it's a crazy good slasher movie. And from the trailers, I wasn't really expecting a slasher movie. I was more expecting something towards like the paranormal route. You get the best of both worlds with this film. James Wan, in my opinion, is the best horror director of all time. From Saw to Insidious to Conjuring and Conjuring 2, now to Malignant. He's back in the chair of directing a horror movie. And when James Wan is doing that, sit down, sit tight. You're gonna have some crazy twists, some crazy, awesome, gory kills, and overall just a haunting and chilling vibe. I love a good horror movie that does that, and that's exactly what this movie does. Unfortunately, none of my theaters were playing this, so I had to watch it at home on HBO Max, and honestly, it didn't taint the experience whatsoever. I was still invested in this movie. I still cared about our characters, and as the movie went on, you really had no idea where it was going, and as the movie continued to go on, James Wan kind of kept you guessing and make sure he pointed out little things throughout the film that you had to pay attention to, because they're going to come in at the end, and all of that comes around and wraps around full circle so beautifully, and that's what James Wan does best. Talking about our cast, we have Annabelle Wallis, who is our main character of Madison. She's absolutely fantastic. She looks a lot like Angelina Jolie. You can't tell me that she doesn't. She's absolutely fantastic in this role, and she's just following this girl's character who's just having a really hard time. She's in an abusive relationship. She's had 3 miscarriages within 2 years. She's had a very terrible time. All of a sudden, we start finding out more and more about her past, and as the past comes out and the past continues to go on and our past finally catches up to her, this movie just goes crazier than you could ever imagine. And without talking spoilers here, you have no idea where this movie is going to go or exactly what's going to happen. And if I sat down and explained this entire movie to you, you tell me I was batshit crazy. I cannot believe the creators of this room went and created this crazy movie. And with James Wan in the director chair, you know you're gonna have awesome visuals, just some great looking CGI, great camera selection, and honestly, there's great camera movements. Throughout this film, you know that there's a director with experience behind the chair. Whether it's at the top of the roof of the house, following the characters through it, it's all done so uniquely. Again, it's just like a horror movie I've never seen before. And as the film goes on and you get towards the end, the third act, you're really wondering yourself, where in the fuck are we going with this? And all of a sudden, it kind of wraps around full circle. Characters from the beginning are characters at the end. There's not one, there's probably 2 or 3 twists that kind of like knock you on your ass for a second. And it does go a little cheesy. It does get a little bit campy, but honestly, it fully embraces that. And if you can embrace that as a viewer, you will enjoy this movie that much more. If you can't get past that, this movie's definitely not going to be for you. And when you go into a horror movie, I always have the question, is it scary? I don't get scared too often in horror movies. This one didn't really have a lot of jump scares. There was several times where I was tense, I was thinking something was going to happen, and then it happened, I still was caught off guard. So at times this movie can be scary, not relatively a Conjuring or Conjuring 2 type level of scare, but definitely intense, keeps you on the edge of your seat, keeps you guessing. That's what I love about a movie like this. And finally, since it is kind of a slasher film, you have to talk about the kills, and the kills in this movie are crazy gory. They're fighting like this paranormal being. You got to watch the movie to find out exactly what that is. It is one of the craziest, bad shit, awesome things ever, especially the jail scene. You guys know what I'm talking about. It is just a bloodbath. Overall, Malignant really exceeded my expectations. It gave me everything and more I could want from this. And James Wan is back doing a horror movie, puts a smile on my face. Overall, for a score, I'm going to go a solid 80%, a 4 out of 5. I really did enjoy this one, had lots of fun with it. And again, it's not going to be for everyone. It's definitely cheesy. It definitely embraces that, and it definitely feels like an 80s, 90s slasher horror movie that all of us love so much. I dug it a lot. It's not going to be for everyone, but that's my thoughts on the film. Let me know what you guys thought about down below in the comment section. Hit the thumbs up button for me. Hit the subscribe button for me. A James Wan movie ranking coming later this weekend, maybe tomorrow, maybe this afternoon. I'm very excited for all of it. Keep an eye out for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time.